A very good evening to everyone, and we welcome you all to this session on Ikigai on behalf of Kalpana and myself, Alok Sethi. So this session is indeed a special session because we are doing it after an year. I did the first session on Ikigai on 4th June 2023, and it was just a thought process. When I read the book, I found it very meaningful, interesting, so I thought let's share this book message with the world and with the people who are looking to get some clarity about their life and their life purpose. So when I read this book, I got a clarity, and then I had this process of sharing this message with everyone. And luckily, amongst the other participants, there was one participant who is the host today, who is my co-host, Kalpana. And the story started from there, and I'll take you to the flashback. We'll go back into the memory of that day when I'd taken this session, and I'll show you a small clip of this curious girl, I must say, who had some questions regarding what is Ikigai and how to find Ikigai, and then how it all started. So let us go back to the history, and let me share this with you all. Okay, so allow me to share my screen, and let's see the history, and then we will create history this time also. So I am sharing my screen now, and next what you're going to see is something from the past. So when I share my screen, just confirm that you can see the video and you can hear the sound. So I am sharing it again. I am sharing the screen now, and just confirm if you can see it. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm playing the video. Uh, just check the sound is also audible properly.
So how to tackle with such kind of issues and how to have least expectation because by means इस एज पे आप धीरे धीरे अगर अपने आप को प्रैक्टिस करेंगे so you will get to learn many new things and you can lead a very good life. So thank you, sir.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Kalpana ji, you want to add something?
Hello. So it was very nice session, Alok ji. I must say, uh, I was listening and I have read the book Ikigai, but by attending this session, I came to know so many things as rightly mentioned by Narendra sir. So, and I'm having a question. I was thinking whether to ask or not. So, हम सभी जानते हैं कि to find our Ikigai चार चीजें कि what we are good at, what society needs, what will be paid for. तो मेरा जो वो क्वेश्चन है कि अभी मुझे ऐसा कुछ लग रहा है कि इट इज माय पैशन बट वी शुड बी गुड एट इट. तो अगर उस एक चीज को अगर मैं अपने आप को मुझे रेट करना है तो आई विल गिव आई थिंक 2 to 3 आउट ऑफ 10. बट वो जो होता है ना ये वो बुला रहा है मुझे, मतलब कि चैलेंजिंग काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग कि दिस आई शुड गिव इट अ ट्राई. तो इस पहलू पे आपका क्या इनपुट है सर, ये मैं जानना चाहती हूँ.
ओके, चलिए मैं आपको कुछ ऐसी पर्सनल चीज शेयर करता हूँ जो आई थिंक वुड बी हेल्पिंग यू इन गेटिंग द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. See, I did CA because my family wanted to me to be a chartered accountant. मैं बचपन से ही when I was नहीं, जब हमें थोड़ा समझ आने लगती है तो I wanted to be engineer. ठीक है, 9th 10th में because I like creating things, I like experimenting, I like things. तो मुझे साइंस लेना था. I decided doing that. I did prepare for IIT but I could not get into one. ठीक है, तो वो हुआ नहीं. और फिर फैमिली थोड़ा सा प्रेशर कह दीजिए आप कि था कि नहीं सीए करना, बिकॉज इन आवर फैमिली वी बिलोंग टू अ फैमिली ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स.
So I took commerce and my average student round throughout my life. I cleared CA in attempts. My wife is a rank holder. I tell everyone that she is a rank holder and I am an attempt holder. ठीक है तो but I'm happy about it. ठीक है क्योंकि वो वही है ना इकिगाई नहीं था वो अंदर से नहीं था कि सीए बनना है बट ठीक है बन रहे हैं क्योंकि करना है इसलिए. But when I started doing it, I enjoyed the process. When I did my articleship, I had put to my family that I want to do. If you want me to do CA, then मैं मुंबई जाके करूंगा. My grandfather was there. उनको देख के मेरे को motivation मिलता था. तो I went to Mumbai and see when you go to a bigger city from a very small town. I belong to Ajmer. It's a very small town. Now it is developing, but at that time when I did my CA, it was a very this thing developing stage. So when I went to Mumbai, it was a very big city, and I did graduation from a very good college, HR college. तो जब मैं कॉलेज गया था तो आई हैड अ वेरी fearful stage of mind कि मैं इंग्लिश बोल पाऊंगा, मैं लोगों से बात कर पाऊंगा, क्या मैं compete कर पाऊंगा, कैसे होगा. But then I decided on something कि भाई अब आ गए हैं तो अब you have to prove something. I had this thing in my attitude from the very childhood days कि मुझे कुछ प्रूव करना है. मैं पहले अब थोड़ी मेच्योरिटी आ गई है तो अब अपने आप को प्रूव करना होता है. पहले वर्ल्ड को प्रूव करना था कि मैं अच्छा हूं. मैं उस होड़ में रहा हमेशा. ठीक है और उसी कारण मैं अपने आप को मोल्ड कर पाया, बदल पाया, इम्प्रूव कर पाया रादर. So there was one incident in class and then the teacher asked us, we were 60-70 students in our class, BCom class. She's like, yeah, I want someone to give a presentation on this topic tomorrow in the class. Who would like to come forward? तो कुछ पढ़ा रही थी बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड कुछ था और उन्होंने बोला कि कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन देना चाहता है कोई. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग दिस ओपन फोरम, सो हु विल कम फॉरवर्ड. देन आई वांटेड टू प्रेजेंट माई सेल्फ क्योंकि वो था ना कि मुझे प्रूव करना है कि आई एम गुड या मैं कर सकता हूँ. मुझे अपने आप को चैलेंज करना था जैसे आपने बोला अभी. तो आई स्टूड अप एंड रेज माय हैंड. देन आई लुक्ड हियर एंड देयर. मैंने इधर उधर देखा कोई भी नहीं खड़ा हुआ था तो मुझे डर लगा रही मैंने एंड एवरीवन वाज लाफिंग कि कौन बेवकूफ है जो खड़ा हो गया. ठीक है बिकॉज नो वन हैड स्टूड अप. But I did, and then I went demonstrated tomorrow. You can sit in the IT lab because उस समय लैपटॉप्स वगैरह नहीं होते थे तो उन्होंने कहा आप IT लैब में बैठिए. आपको गूगल मिल जाएगा और इंटरनेट मिल जाएगा. आप सर्च करिए टॉपिक पे पीपीटी बनाइए एंड यू प्रेजेंट. So I did all that, and when I presented it college, and everyone liked that very much. I was very hesitant in the beginning. धीरे धीरे वो कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप हुआ और वो बहुत अच्छा लगा. इवन द टीचर अप्रिशिएटेड मी. उसके बाद से आई बिकेम द पर्सन हु कुड डू एनी प्रेजेंटेशन. तो क्या होता है ना समटाइम्स वी डाउट आवरसेल्फ. वी आर लिविंग इन अ केज. वी आर लिविंग इन अ प्रिजन ऑफ थॉट्स which don't let us reach to our maximum potential. ठीक है ये एक इंसिडेंट था जो मैंने कोट किया. Similar incident happened to me when I was preparing for my CA final when I was in Pune. तो जब मैं पुणे में था I attended a crash course because I could not clear the exam. तो वो थोड़ा सा फेलियर से थोड़ा सा डिप्रेशन टाइप हो गया था और बहुत एग्जाइटी हो रही थी. तो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू चेंज माय एनवायरनमेंट. सो आई वाज इन अजमेर. आई वेंट टू पुणे एंड आई जॉइंड अ कोचिंग क्लासेस वेयर ऑल द रिपीटर्स वर देयर. इट वाज अ रिपीटर बैच. तो जो भी आया था वहां पे जो सर थे ही वाज वेरी पॉजिटिव. ही यूज्ड टू टीच अस टैक्स.
Okay, so this was a recording of the previous session which we had last year, and those who had joined on time or those who got the link on time, they would have seen this video that Kalpana had asked me a question, and I was explaining about my journey of discovering my true purpose of life and how Ikigai helped me. So now I would request Kalpana to come up with her journey of how she applied the Ikigai, because today's session is all about applying that Ikigai in your life. Ikigai is a Japanese concept. For those who are new to this concept, it's a Japanese concept which tells you how you can find your being. What is the purpose of your life? So before I invite her, let me just give you a small synopsis of this term. So there was a story, and there was a Japanese woman. She was sleeping and she was into a dream. And in her dream, she dreamt that she has died and she went to the heaven. So वहां पर she met her ancestors, and they asked her, "Who are you?" So this question was asked to this lady, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm a teacher." Then they again asked this question, "No, tell us, who are you?" Then she said, "I am a mother of three." Then they again asked the same question. "No, you're not getting the question. I'm asking, who are you?" The women said, uh, I am just a person. Like, I am a woman. I am a mother of three. I'm a teacher. I'm working." Then the ancestor said, "No, you're not getting the question. I'm asking, who are you?" Then the woman was wondering what to answer. Whatever I've said is, who am I? Who I am. Then she stopped for some time, and then she said, "I am someone who is awake every day, who gets up every day to feed my family. I am someone who is living my life so that my future generation can have a good time. I am someone who is getting a joy in upbringing my family." Then the ancestor said, "Now you come to the point. Now you're on track. Now you're defining what you are really are." So that led to the discovery of this Ikigai concept, which means finding your true self. It means discovering what you are, who you are, why you are in this universe, and what is exactly the thing that you should do, why you are born. And let me tell you some background about this Ikigai. It happened in a Japanese small town called as Yokinama, where the people, they lead a very healthy and happy life, and the general life expectancy is around 90 years over there. So people survive till 90 and 90 plus, and they are so happy. So they were asked, what is the like what is the cause of this happiness, or what is the how they could survive for so long? And then it was found that they follow Ikigai. Every person living over there is working towards finding his Ikigai. So with this, I hand over the stage to Kalpana, and I will let her do the talk, and we will keep it interactive. Okay, I'm not going to share any PPT. We decided that we will not make it a formal session. We will keep it as an interactive session where we are talking to each other, and then we will take up your questions so that you apply Kika, you understand how to apply this, because there are lots of material available on internet. You must have read the book. You must have read about it. Yes, Shefali ji, we are going to do that. We are going to actually tell you how to apply, because I have myself done that. I have seen Alpana doing it, and I feel very happy and proud to see the progress she had done. And a lot of other peoples, we are all a community of like-minded people, like Pinaki is there, Sunita ji is there, Raj is there. All are doing very good. Prikshit. So we already know each other. Most of you I know, some are new to me, but definitely this session will help you in finding your Ikigai. So over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Alok sir. And thank you so much to all the participants here. When we were discussing about having this session 3 weeks back, me and Alok sir, we have connected and we have discussed that let's have this session. And finally, it is manifested. We are having this session today now. Coming back to what I have to speak, what not to, both of us have discussed. I called him today afternoon that Should I plan it? If you have attended my yesterday's session, practice, practice, practice. To that, Alok sir replied, no, I don't want it in that way. Let that Kalpana share her story, जैसे हम अभी बात कर रहे हैं. So right now I was just jotting down the points that what I have to speak right now. 1 hour before the session, I was just praying to that supreme power. The session which we are conducting today, whatever I am experiencing, whatever I am implementing, I should be able to add value to all the participants present here. So here, something I'll share. None of you must be knowing that this Kalpana, before doing this training, coaching and public speaking, what अलग अलग वो कौन से दरवाजे थे जो खटखटाने की कोशिश की और ये समझा कि मेरा रास्ता शायद यहीं से जाएगा मंजिल की तरफ. तो सबसे पहले आता है चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी. I must say that at that point of time, that was the best option I've chosen in my life. Long story short, ऐसा नहीं है कि I'm feeling like that is something I've chosen wrong. I'm having gratitude to the degree it has changed my life. And in fact, now this new passion, this Ikigai, it is happening because वो जो that meticulous, that dedication and hard working जो CA की journey में आया, it is helping to that. After working for 5 years in one of the big four, I've left job from there after embracing motherhood. At that point of time, I was thinking about CFA. I've registered myself in that, ordered all that book and started studying that. लग रहा था जैसे कि नहीं आ रही हैं चीजें समझ में. 6 months, 1 year, I left that. Then most of the time I mention about the Corona time when I have realized that maybe that was that seed which was sown in my childhood, that story which I have shared yesterday. With that, I was thinking that I want to be expert in Companies Act on the ICI platform. I've ordered all the books on the Companies Act. There were 10 to 20 books ki sab padhna hai, and I'll take sessions physically, virtually. In fact, I have taken a session also in September 2022. But that also didn't work. वो जो हम बात करते हैं Ikigai, the thing which you love, world need it. All of us are aware of it. तो ये हो गया Companies Act वाली बात, वो भी वहीं तक रह गया. Recently, no, sorry. In that duration, I was also thinking about getting the expertise of Indies. We have one Alok Sethi sir here, Alok Garg sir. Those of us chartered accountants here are aware of who is that personality in Indies when we talk about Indies. So ICI के Indies के session में भी certification course में I've enrolled myself, and literally that's what I was mentioning to Alok sir also yesterday. I was literally sleeping in all of the session, and I have not cleared the exam, certification exam. Last year, I have registered in LLB. CA with LLB, I'll do. So all of this thing, I will not say ki that training and coaching, that public speaking, that seed which was there in my heart, which I am claiming I've revealed yesterday, was not there. But I was experimenting what are the thoughts which were coming into mind, and being a chartered accountant, experiencing the environment around, that was telling me that ये कर लेते हैं, maybe I'll like it. So LLB I have registered. When the time came for the first semester, I've ordered the book, and when I've started studying, a week, almost 7 to 10 days I have tried, but it was not happening. I was not getting interest to read. I've left it straightforward कि मुझे नहीं try करना है. If I'm not enjoying it right now while studying, how I'll enjoy it at the time of practicing. Then हम यहाँ पे एक चीज मैं और मेंशन करना चाहूंगी कि we are average of 5 people we spend most time with. In the year 2022, I have connected to respected CA Dr. Rajkumar Adukia sir. Thanks to him, because of him, I have connected to so many amazing personalities, so many amazing souls. Alok sir, Pinaki, and the list goes on. तो ये सारी community में हर जगह sessions में I've attended a session of Sameer Nadar. I've asked this question, those of you who were there from the start of the session, I have an Ikigai, a passion for something, and I am practicing how to pursue. And the same question I've asked to Alok sir, and there are few more people to whom I have asked that question. And the video which Alok sir has just played, that conversation, that explanation, me and my husband, हम उसको repeat कर रहे हैं पिछले 1 साल से कई बार. That how he explained to me. When we hear any suggestion, any guidance, when we read anything, there are two things. या तो हम उसे implement करें, या तो हम सुने, थोड़ी देर के लिए उसे recognize करें, aware होए उस fact से, और फिर we will get back to our normal self. I've mentioned about my journey. The important point is all of you must be aware of what Ikigai is, what we are sharing right now, what information, what guidance I have received, what Alok sir has shared his journey 1 year back. But what the difference in my journey was, वो कहते हैं ना, I belong to that category of people जो कि गुरु ने कह दी बात, या फिर हमसे सीनियर ने कोई बात कह दी ना, तो इस बात में दम है. वो एक मूवी है सलमान खान की जिसमें कहते हैं जो जीजा जी बोलेंगे वो मैं करूंगा. तो always whenever I hear any advice, any instruction, I try to follow it. Because हमारे साथ ये है आज के टाइम में, when we have mammoth of information on our fingertip, we are having that intake of information, guidance, knowledge, but implementation we are not doing when it comes to implementing that information. Here, what change I've done in my journey, that slowly and gradually कि हाँ अब इतना information intake है, अब let's put into action. The same thing I was mentioning yesterday also, कि when Kalpana would have started her journey of public speaking and communication, कि चलो जितनी भी books available है ना market में मैं उसको पढ़ लूंगी, जितने भी videos available है, जितने भी TED Talks है मैं वो देखूंगी, जितने भी अच्छे coaches के courses हैं मैं वो, मुझे वो करना है, then I'll think about whether I have to start or not. आया था ये दिमाग में मेरे कि भाई what is important and special I have to offer. Here I would like to mention one important fact that 2 to 3 weeks back, I am part of NLP Satsang run by Pinaki. He has shared one video of brand racing. It talks about focus. He mentioned to watch that video for 30 days. I was watching it for two days, 3 days, 4 days. Something I did which was mentioned in that video, and I'm not watching from that day, but it is changing and it is there with me. So what I did, कुछ information मुझे मिली Pinaki sir से, and I've implemented it in my life. So are you guys, when you receive any information when it comes to your Ikigai, कि भाई हाँ क्या करना है, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, 5 options you have. The way I have mentioned CFA, Companies Act expert, LLB, then Ind AS. I have tried all of them. I've invested money also at every point of time. And that feeling whether I am enjoying it or not, the first question for me was whether I am enjoying that work or not. वो नहीं हो रहा था, I moved ahead. And when it comes to following my communication and public speaking, I've asked the question, and the way Alok sir have mentioned, give it a try. बहुत लोगों ने मुझे ये भी कहा कि तुम्हारा ना वो seasonal, वो क्या कहते हैं उसको, there is a word, बुखार, ख्याली बुखार, ऐसे कुछ लोगों ने, द वे ऑफ कि यू आर गोइंग विद द फ्लो, कि हाँ ऐसे लुक्रेटिव है, ऐसे तुम्हें लग रहा है, कंसीडरिंग माय कैपेबिलिटीज एंड स्किल सेट, बट आई सेड ठीक है, देखते हैं, हो सकता है कि मेरा वो थोड़े थोड़ी देर का खुमार हो, बुखार हो, नहीं कर पाएंगे तो उतर जाएगा. बट आई ऑलवेज मेंशन एक प्रिंसिपल बचपन से मैं फॉलो कर रही हूँ. लुटेरा मूवी का गाना है, कब्र पर मेरे सर उठा के खड़ी हो जिंदगी, ऐसे मरना है मुझे, कुछ मांगना बाकी नहीं, कुछ मांगना बाकी नहीं, जितना मिला काफी है. इस वक्त मुझे आप सभी को ये बताते हुए बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि पिछले 12 महीने में इस कल्पना ने जो लाइफ जी है ना, आजादी की लाइफ जी है. दैट फ्रीडम आउट ऑफ दैट केज in which I was there in the past. And I urge all of you to come out of that cage of inaction. बैठकर सोचते रहने से कि which is there, which is my ikigai, nothing will happen. वो कहते हैं ना, कमर कस के you have to start trying what you actually like. Me and Alok sir will not be able to tell you what is your ikigai. Trial and error you have to do. I have mentioned you before this what I have been through.
So it was nice, Kalpana. And what she's mentioning, guys, we need to understand. I'll be coming to Ikigai और हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. This session we are designed in a different format. तो जब भी हम कुछ अलग करने की कोशिश करते हैं, कुछ डिफरेंट करने की कोशिश करते हैं, obviously it is not a part, like you have not seen such kind of sessions or webinars. तो आपको लगेगा अरे इकिगाई के बारे में बात होने वाला था. Why this personal experience sharing, or why you're not talking about ikigai? Why you're not talking about the methodology to find our ikigai? Because we want to make you understand it is not that easy. ये इतना आसान नहीं है जितना कि आप शायद इसको समझ रहे हैं, या जितना हमें सुनने में या पढ़ने में लगता है. इट्स दैट डिफिकल्ट. नाउ व्हाई इट इज डिफिकल्ट? बिकॉज एज शी मेंशन दैट वी आर लिविंग इन अ प्रिजन ऑफ इनएक्शन. हम ख्याली पुलाव, मेरा भी ऐसा ही था पास्ट कि आई यूज्ड टू थिंक अ लॉट. और अभी भी मैं बहुत आसमान में उड़ जाता हूँ कई बार, ये कर लेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, ऐसा कर लेंगे, वैसा कर लेंगे, एंड आई कीप ऑन ड्रीमिंग थिंग्स. ओके, बट देर आर पीपल अराउंड, माई फ्रेंड्स, माई फैमिली, माई वाइफ. कई बार मेरा बेटा बोलता है पापा नीचे आ जाओ जमीन पे. सो दे आर देयर टू टेल मी कि यू आर जस्ट डे ड्रीमिंग, यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. बोलते बहुत कुछ हो, करते कुछ नहीं. So the point is that when you want to succeed in life, when you want to actually come out of your comfort zone and do what you want to do, you have to stop thinking and start doing. And when you start doing, there are two things possible. Okay. और मैं हमेशा अपने सेशंस में, अपनी क्लास में, whenever I'm addressing the students or members across the country I'm going now, so I say always say two things. कि जब भी आपको कोई चीज, आपको कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है या कोई इवेंट आता है सामने, तो देर आर टू वेज ऑफ हैंडलिंग दिस. और एक हिंदी वर्ड है जो यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे से फिट होता है, शायद मैंने कल्पना को भी पहले कभी कहा है, कि जब भी लाइफ में कोई चुनौती आए तो दो तरीके से उसको हम उसका सामना कर सकते हैं. एक ही वर्ड है, उसके दो मीनिंग निकलेंगे. वर्ड है भाग लो, भाग लो. So whenever you are facing any difficulty, either you can participate, भाग ले सकते हैं हम उसके अंदर, you can participate or you can run away, you can escape from it, right? So ikigai or finding your true self, what does it mean? Okay, so I'll just take a moment to walk you through the process so that those who are coming for this session for the first time, they understand what is ikigai and how you can apply it, and then what are the challenges, what are the advantages, disadvantages. I don't consider there is any disadvantage in following what you love. The only disadvantage is that कि कुछ लोग आपको कुछ ना कुछ सुनाएंगे, बोलेंगे, उनको शायद ये पसंद नहीं आएगा कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं. You have to have that open ears to listen to them and still do what you want to do. ठीक है? So this is what I had done. When I used to take classes and I used to sing, people used to tell me, "Arey, you are a chartered accountant. What are you doing? You are singing songs. You are dancing with your kids. What are you doing?" So I tell them, "Boss, this is my work. Don't tell me what I have to do. You do your job. Let me do my job. And it is my life. It is my way. I'll do the way the things I like, the way I want it to do." So there are some sayings which you can see on the screen. It is saying that be not afraid of going slowly, be afraid of standing still. Even the monkeys fall down from trees. A frog in a well does not know the vast ocean. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. These are all Japanese proverbs. Okay. You discover who you are by acting naturally. You have to be you. You have to be unique. Everyone is unique. You don't have to copy anyone. You don't have to copy me. You don't have to copy Kalpana. You don't have to copy Pinaki. You don't have to copy Adukia sir. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own path. What you can do from all of us, by looking at all of us, is to see what we are doing. And we are doing nothing. We are just following our own path. We are just following our intuition. If I'm not wrong, everyone who is doing something different, okay, they are just following their own path, irrespective of what people are saying. और जब भी बात आती है कि सबसे बड़ा रोग, कल्पना, डू यू वांट टू कंप्लीट इट? सबसे बड़ा रोग
क्या कहेंगे लोग,
क्या कहेंगे लोग. और उसी के साथ में देयर इज अ वेरी फेमस सॉन्ग ऑफ राजेश खन्ना कि कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So people will keep on saying things. You don't have to listen to all of them, right? You have to actually follow your instinct. And if you succeed or if you fail, you have to accept that failure also. What mistake I was doing all my life is to blame others for my mistakes, to blame others for my decisions. I always used to say, अगर आपने वो वीडियो अभी देखा है, तो I was saying 1 year back कि I was forced to do CA since I belong to a family of chartered accountants. I never wanted to do CA, but I took that decision. So no, I was wrong. I took it by myself. Then I realized this is not something which I can do for the rest of my life. Then I discovered what is that something which I can do. And then I came to know it was mentoring or teaching or helping others. This is something which I can do 24/7, 365 days, every moment I can do that. And I love doing it. Whether I get paid, I don't get paid, I still can do it. So that is that something which you have to find for yourself. And that is where Ikigai helps you in doing that. So it is a Japanese concept, meaning the reason for being, what gets you out of the bed in the morning. So when the girl was asked, who are you? You have to ask yourself question, every morning when I get up and I open my eyes, what is that one thing that is driving my energy? What is that one thing that I really want to do in that day? How I want my day to happen? Whom I want to touch upon? And all these things, right? Everyone has a Ikigai. The challenge is to discover it. Find the reason or purpose of living. The basis of Ikigai is not only to enrich your life, but to also enhance the life of others. See, we are very selfish. हम सोचते हैं कि मैं कैसे अच्छा बन जाऊं, मेरा कैसे अच्छा होगा, मेरा कैसे भला होगा, हाउ विल माई लाइफ विल improve. So when you come out this vicious circle of thinking about just yourself, and when you start thinking about others, how can I make a value addition in the life of others? So when we are doing this session on Ikigai, what we are doing, we are not thinking about our growth. We are not thinking about our popularity or our earning. We have kept a fees only for a dedicated audience, a committed audience, and we are going to refund the entire money who is going to stay with us. So this we and Kalpana had decided, because the sole purpose of keeping this session was to help people. It was never to help us. And for that only reason, now I've shared the link to all of the members in the groups. Even if someone could not register and they decide last minute to jump in, they are welcome to jump in. So the only thing that we want to share over here is that if you really want to follow your Ikigai, first you have to become aware of who you are. And how do you become aware of who you are? कल्पना, डू यू वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग कि हम कैसे पता लगाएं कि हम है क्या एक्चुअली में? So you have to ask questions, isn't it? You have to ask questions, you have to try out things. And let me come to the main agenda of Ikigai. Okay, so this circle explains us Ikigai. There are 4 quadrants over here, interlapping circles, which talks about what you really love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. So whatever we say, ultimately, as a human being, we have to earn money. We have to make sure that we can have our basic needs fulfilled. Once we have our basic need fulfilled, then only we can look at about helping others, or looking at the society, or doing something for the people, right? So whatever you do, first you should really love it. Secondly, when you really love it, you will all find all the ways of becoming good at it. And when you are really good at it and you really love it, when you're going to do it for the people, they are also going to love it. And when all the 3 love come together, the love for the work, the love that you show to people, that love that people get from your work, then they will be ready to pay you for that. They'll be happy in paying you for that. So that is the only thing to be discovered. What is that thing that we can do, we can enjoy, and we can add value to the people's life? So what you have to start, where you have to start from, because there are 4 circles. So this slide, I hope this is visible.
Yes.
It shows you the point. You used to start with what the world needs. Second, then what you can do, what you're good at. But if you're good at something, do you really love doing it? And if you are loving doing it, if you're good at it, and the world is also needing it, then why can't you be paid for it? Definitely you can be paid for it, and you can be paid for it in plenty, in abundance. This is what I wanted to share here, right? And we have all these slides. We can share you all these material. There is a questionnaire that is there. All these material can be found on internet also. But we are here to share something more than that. Something apart from all these things, which will never be found in any books. Can anyone tell me in the chat box what is that thing which you will get from the session, which you cannot find it anywhere on internet, on books, anything that you can share, which you will not find anywhere, and which can come from us only? Personal experience, yes, Sunita ji, experience, feeling, struggles, right? And all these things will actually help you in understanding, in getting that if I can do, if she can do, so that you can. And that was the title that we have put today. She was discussing कि sir क्या लिखना चाहिए, and then it's like कि let's keep it very simple. How we discovered our Ikigai, and so can you. So we are not here to give a lecture on Ikigai. We are not here to make you understand what is Ikigai. You are very well, there are all chartered accountants I can see over here. There are people, senior people over here, whom we are to teach them, right? We are no one. We don't have that capability. There are NLP practitioners, master practitioners over here. We are nothing. I'm nothing. She's nothing. We don't have any authority. But what we can do with authority is share our experience. Because this is something personal. That is mine. All my tears, all my sorrows, all my fears, all my struggle is mine. I have gone through that. I've gone through that phase. And I can talk and write stories on it. And when people read or listen to it, I want people to get some inspiration. कि हाँ ये बंदा कर सकता है तो हम भी कर सकते हैं. That is the all objective of this session. So Kalpana, now coming back to you.
Thank you,
And
sir. Always, yeah.
yeah, sorry. So I would like it to be an interactive session because whenever we take sessions, both of us, she is also having the same style. I have seen her sessions and the way she is coming up. See, every one of us has that potential to become limitless. When we talk about Adukia sir, he always says that all of us has the power to become limitless. We can be number one in the world. But how? Just by talking? Just by reading books? Or by implementing what we read? So when you actually implement, it is actually you are overcoming all your fears. And that is how you learn. That is how you discover. Or it might take several attempts. जैसे सीए में अटेम्प्ट लगते हैं, आपको इकिगाई को ढूंढने में भी अटेम्प्ट लगेंगे. She had taken attempts. I had taken attempts. I did my CA. I was teaching. Then I was doing practice. Then I worked with a company. Then I worked for an overseas client. And then finally, I settled with teaching. So जहां से शुरू किया था वहीं पे आके खत्म कर दिया. And then I discovered this is the only thing which I was made for. और कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता था मैं successfully. क्योंकि I was not happy doing it. It is not that I cannot do it, but this is not my calling. तो ये कैसे पता चला? ये ऐसे ही पता चला जब हमने अलग अलग चीजें करी. And what is passion? How do you define passion? Can everyone give me a one-line sentence on passion? What is your definition of passion? There are so many learned person over here. Let's hear from them. How do you define passion?
By doing which we feel joy and
Okay.
happiness.
Okay. What drives you? What makes you awake? Okay. What makes you happy? What attracts me, motivates me? Okay. Right. Innermost calling, persistence and action. So you're already knowing the answers, right? You are already giving the answers. Satisfaction, passion is that where you are happy, right? So something which makes you happy, that is the only thing that is the essence of everything that we do. So Pinaki, when I was talking to him, he's like, okay, Alok bhai, you do everything for money. We do everything for money. I'll give you 1 crore. You stop doing everything. I'll give you 1 crore. But there is one condition. You have to shut yourself in a room for 1 month and you cannot do anything. I'll make sure that you survive. I'll give you food. I'll give you light. I will give you everything. But you cannot use that 1 crore. Will you be happy with that 1 crore? Tell me yes or no in the chat. So is the ultimate objective of our life only to earn money? Only to earn our living? Or is this beyond that? So what is beyond? That is what we have to look for. Over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Beyond money. And for me, passion is, as I've mentioned, I'm really experiencing it from last 12 months. Every time I feel about what new I have to take, what new I have to give, and deliver the session, I think we should open the forum for Q&A. We are already close to 9:50. But before that, one thing I would like to share that from my close family member, I get to hear that what you are doing, what all of these things you are doing. CA ka degree hai, you have good enough years of experience. So actually, nobody is understanding except my husband. And I don't feel like explaining them because अभी जो मुझे नींद आती है ना रात को या हर दिन के एंड में when I take a session, the most happiest moment, that's what I was mentioning. I'll just take a minute or two. Yesterday also I was mentioning to Alok sir, I've mentioned to Pinaki also, the day when I take a session, I'm on cloud 9. मुझे वो ना फिर से जमीन पर आने के लिए सेटल होने में ना रात के 12-1 बज जाते हैं. आई एम सो हाई इन एनर्जी एंड दैट आई हैव नेवर फेल्ट इन पास्ट 20-25 years of my life. And that's, वो कहते हैं ना पायो जी, मैंने अपने पैशन का क्या करना है मुझे लाइफ में, वो दैट वो मैंने पायो जी, मैंने अपना लाइफ का पर्पस. एंड दैट विल ओनली हैपन व्हेन यू विल ट्राई. फिर से एक मैं बात कहती हूँ, वो जो हम विमान में बैठते हैं ना और वो सेफ्टी के लिए वो दैट बकल भी प्लग इन, उसको खोल के वी हैव टू टेक रिस्क, trial and error we have to take. And with that, we open the forum for question and answer, because there you will find us sharing our own life experience in all of our sessions. But this session is specifically for your questions.
Yes, this is for you all. We have a lot to share, and we can go on and go on and go on like this, but that will not serve the purpose. So the purpose will be served when you interact, you ask your questions, and we are able to answer to your satisfaction. That will be the value addition or takeaway from this session. So I now invite anyone who has any question.
I have question. I have
Yeah,
question.
please. First,
So
you speak your name first. Please take your name and then proceed.
yeah. So I am CA Shafali.
Okay. Yeah, Shefali ji.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, Alok ji. Good evening, Kalpana. So my question will be to Kalpana. Uh, Yesterday we had a session, right? Friday Fleet in the evening. And I had asked her a question that how can I find my Ikigai? And she told me that I had also this question, and it was Alok sir who helped her find her Ikigai. And I have seen also many times in the groups where we all are there, we three are there. She had mentioned several times that thank you, Alok sir, for helping me finding my Ikigai. So now, when I'm listening here that we have to find our Ikigai by trial and error method. So this is something which is like, I cannot correlate between two statements made. Like, one is she's thanking Alok
Okay.
sir to help her find Ikigai. And today she's telling that it was all trial and error method that she has done to find out her Ikigai. So please help me to understand this contradictory statements.
Okay. So Kalpana, you want to go first, or should I add my comments and then you will? Okay, first you go
You
and
add your comment.
okay. So Shefali ji, a good question you had asked, and you had rightly picked up the things. Okay. So I'll tell you what was my role in her journey of finding her Ikigai and how she find through trial and error. Okay. So see, I never, we don't claim that she had find her Ikigai. I had helped her. Okay. So how I helped her? When she was confused, or maybe everyone, all of us are confused between two options at some time, right? So I like this also, I like that also. Suppose I like public speaking, I like mentoring. Okay. Both are different things. Okay. So public speaking is that you are a speaker, you are going to different places and you are delivering lectures. Mentoring is a personal affair where you are like speaking one-to-one on some person and you are mentoring that person. So what should I do? If someone asks you this question, how you are supposed to answer this? Okay, so you will help the individual take a call by asking the right questions. Okay, which is the one which you like the most, or which is the one which makes you excited about it, whether it is facing the audience, the public speaking, the stage, or helping someone on a one-to-one session. So if your answer is okay, that one-to-one session is more appealing to me, then maybe you pursue that. So it was just a same thing which I had explained you, that she was already doing so many things. And in life, when we do multiple things to find out what is that thing that we want to pursue for long, so we seek help from our mentors or guru or someone whom we consider. Like I also, whenever I am in doubt, I call up Pinaki. I call up my other fellow friends. Or there is one person who has made a substantial difference in my life, my wife. I ask her, I take her advice. Okay. There is someone called as CS Praveen G. I regard him. So these are some people who, what they do is they just insist that confidence in you. आपको पता है आपको क्या करना है, लेकिन आप डरते हो. क्यों डरते हो? क्योंकि आपने या तो फेलियर फेस किया है, या आपको कोई सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है. तो आपको लगता है कि यार मैं ये डिसीजन ले लूंगा, ये गलत हो गया तो. So you need someone to back you. And sometimes it can be your family member, it can be your friend, it can be a guru or anyone. और उस समय, उस मोमेंट पे जब आप बहुत डरे हुए हो, घबराए हुए हो, कंफ्यूज्ड हो, और कोई सामने आके खड़ा हो जाता है और वो आपको बताता है कि हाँ, व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग एंड व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट, गो फॉर इट. तो आपको लगता है हाँ, यही वो बंदा है जिसने मुझे हेल्प किया है मेरा इकिगाई फाइंड करने में. This is what I have to add to what you had asked. And there is something which Pinaki had put, कि when the student is ready, the mentor will appear. And when the mentor is ready, the student will appear.
Okay. So it is the story of whether the egg comes first or the chicken comes first.
Yeah, so now we have the mentor himself. Pinaki, I would like you to throw some light on this statement, which was very different, and you always do different things. So please, we would like to hear from you.
Well, guys, right now I'm sitting in a KFC with my family and having dinner.
Okay.
However, I'm listening to you thoroughly since the session started, and my earphone is plugged in my ears, and my family knows that I'm attending an important session. Well, let me tell you how I found my Ikigai.
The voice is not very clear.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah, now
Is it better now? Okay.
Yeah, it is better now. Yes.
Okay. So, see, that's why I'm not showing my video because of the bandwidth issue.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, continue.
See, how I found my Ikigai is, first of all, I got access to this book hardly about 2 to 3 years ago, not before that. तो मुझे लगता कि अगर ये बुक मुझे पहले मिलता तो पता नहीं क्या होता. So, पहले मतलब at least 35 years ago. Because right now I'm 54. तो मुझे लगता है कम से कम उतने दिन पहले होना चाहिए था मेरे हाथ में. By the time I was just going out my college or just getting into my college, that would have been the time when I would have got access to this beautiful concept, this very powerful, innovative concept. So when I read that book, तब भी मुझे उतना समझ में नहीं आया था कि मेरा actually ikigai है क्या, मतलब what is my calling. And then what happened in March 2022, I was invited to take a training on neuro-linguistic programming. और वहाँ से I got to know something very interesting. You know, like for over the years, so many years, I have studied different kind of books which are of my own interest. And just as a hobby, मतलब कभी किसी को कुछ सिखाने के लिए या कोई ज्ञान बांटने के लिए नहीं किया था. So I was studying all these books. I was attending many training programs, online, offline, and attending many YouTube videos. I created a collection of YouTube videos. I have Excel sheets which is a list of YouTube videos according to their preferences. But कभी मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि ये सब मैं कर रहा क्यों, because it was just my hobby. करता रहता था. It was just like that. When I did NLP, I discovered that now I got the language to share with the world out what I have in store with. पिछले 30-35 साल से जो भी मैंने collect किया. Like when I was in class 9, I read this book, Magic of Thinking Big. So you can imagine, many of you probably haven't yet read the book yet. But I got an opportunity to read that book. That was a different story altogether. Probably universe wanted me to be like that. So universe prepared me for a long time. It took almost 50 years to prepare me to figure out my Ikigai. 51 years, I would say. And then I got this book. And then I got into this neuro-linguistic programming. And I discovered that this was probably the only thing which I was waiting for, this language to express myself, to tell the world that what information I have with me and how you can really make it interesting and useful for yourself. And then what happened, I got into neuro-linguistic programming. I completed the course, and even then I was not that serious about it, but ठीक मुझे लग रहा था कुछ interesting है. Then I completed my master practitioner course, and last year I became an NLP master practitioner in February. Precisely 6th February we got the certification. Even at that time I was thinking, okay, should I get into the coaching business or not? Though it was a little bit of calling. मुझे लग रहा था कि शायद यही मेरा ultimate calling है. And then I kept on doing some experimentation. And eventually, what I discovered for myself is very, very interesting. And this is inspiring, empowering people in every possible way, no matter what, whatever it takes. I discovered that this is my Ikigai. And I know I'm exactly doing that thing right now also. Like even if I'm speaking to you for last 3-4 minutes, I know this is what I'm doing. That at least there will be one person sitting in this audience who is feeling that yes, literally my words of Pinaki is empowering and inspiring me to live a better life in every possible way, no matter what, whatever it takes. So that's my discovery. And thank you so much, Alok, for allowing me to talk to this audience. Over to you.
Thank you, Pinaki. Over to you, Kalpana, to answer the question of Shefali ji.
Thank you, Alok sir. And thank you, Shefali, for asking such a, I must say, वो कहते हैं ना तेज to the point question ki yesterday I was mentioning that join today's session and I'll tell you how Alok sir has helped me in discovering my Ikigai. And suddenly today I'm mentioning there was a trial and error method. Before I will come to the point, I would like to mention that incident from Ramayana. जामवन जब हनुमान जी को उनकी शक्तियों की याद दिलाते हैं, that श्लोक कहै रीच पति सुन हनुमाना का चुप साधे रहे बलवाना पवन तनय बल पवन समाना बुद्धि विवेक विज्ञान निधाना कौन सो काज कठिन जग माही जो तुमसे नहीं जात है पाही. In my life, if I consider myself as Hanuman, I have found many Jamvans, my mentors. Alok sir is here, Pinaki is here, and my another mentor, respected Shama sir, is also here. What happens then? We have that question, like if I keep myself at your place, Shefali, that let's take an example you have mentioned yesterday also, that you find many things कि हाँ, this I will be able to do, और मुझे ये भी अच्छा लग सकता है, ये भी अच्छा लग सकता है, A, B, C, D, everything I like.
Correct, yes.
That's what the case with you, right?
Yes.
But in all of those 5, if I'll tell you to choose one, सबसे favorite अभी कौन सा है that you want to take ahead, which one will you choose? Is something coming into your mind?
वही तो क्वेश्चन था ना, वही तो क्वेश्चन था.
So you are
blank,
equal
I'm
for
blank.
all of the.
Yes. So that is where I sought your help, and that is where this question was like, disturbing me in my mind. Right? I asked you also. And Matlab, see, I'm not sarcastically questioning, but again,
No, I
like,
got your point.
the reply which I got yesterday when I raised this question, and I think somewhere you had only mentioned about, like, that it was Alok sir who had helped me. I think so. You mentioned yesterday during the session. So I was actually looking forward that today I will be getting that ikigai of me. I was very, very much hopeful about. I had written in the chat also, Alok sir, if you
Okay,
remember.
I did not read it, maybe.
You mentioned also, no, हाँ शेफाली जी, इसके लिए ही तो आज का सेशन है
Acha, हाँ
आपका,
हाँ, right. So I
right?
was not knowing your question actually. You had put it to this thing. I was not there in the session yesterday. Okay.
No, not
If
yesterday. Today only I had put in the chat
no,
in the
you had
beginning of
put
the
it in the
session.
chat. I read that and I had replied
हाँ
to it
हाँ
also.
हाँ
But I'm saying that yesterday's session
हाँ
was
हाँ,
at
आप
the
नहीं
end
थे
of
कल, हम
Kalpana.
लोग का फ्राइडे फ्लीट वाला सेशन था ना.
हाँ, I was not there, so I was not knowing the background of it. But I'll tell
Correct,
you
correct.
one thing. मैं एक बात कल्पना कुछ कहना चाह रही, पहले उसको कंप्लीट करने देते हैं, then I'll add something to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, sure. तो मुझे
So
तो लग रहा था कि
Shefali,
आज 10 बजे मुझे
Shefali,
मेरा
one
ikigai
thing.
मिल जाएगा.
First, I would like to add, you have been there in my session yesterday, right?
Yes.
Throughout the session, you have been there, and I have mentioned that that seed of public speaking was sown into this kalpana, into my heart, when I was almost 10 or 11 years old in 97, 98, right?
हम्म
But
हम्म
I was not able to identify it. और उसके उस होने से ये अभी 2023 आने के बीच में there were things that was added, and at that point of time abhi what I am mentioning है, I felt bored and I was not liking that subject, is the conclusion after trying all of those options, and all of those were there. There were few more option was there which I might have not tried. मैंने try नहीं किया, अगर मैं वो कहूँ तो शायद आप लोग हंसे, but हम एक साथ, the way you are mentioning, we cannot sail on all the boats at the same time. शुरुआत कहीं से करना जरूरी है, और वो कहते हैं ना, चाहे कितना भी हो मुश्किल, पहला कदम जरूरी है. जो 5 चीजें हैं उनमें से कहीं एक से, सभी 5 बराबर लग रहे हैं तो ए से शुरू करना तो पड़ेगा ना. We can talk on this topic on and on, that what Shefali may be liking. हम सारा permutation combination बिठाएंगे, मैं आलोक sir will discuss about it. But at the end, what we will doing, कि हाँ तुम कर, आप whatever you are doing, we will say yes, you can do it. And when you will find difficulty, हम, what we do when we go back to our mentors, yes, मैं ये कर रही हूँ, this is what I am feeling, what I should do, the way Alok sir has mentioned, right? वो efforts and that step taking will happen at your end or not, Shefali, that tell me yes or no. That start
No.
needs to be there from
Of course, yes.
somewhere.
Of course, yes. But see, maybe it is like, something I had in my mind, that there will be some process through which I will be getting my ikigai. Getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay. So Shefali ji, to answer this question, I'll share a questionnaire with you, okay, separately,
Hmm.
and that will help you in finding a closest out of the 5 options or 4 options that you have, something which is very specific. You will get an answer to. Okay.
Okay.
I will share it on your WhatsApp. Okay. And if
Sure,
anyone is
sure, sure.
looking for that, they can tell me. I will share them to that also.
Alok ji, I wanted to say something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm CA Sanjay,
Okay.
and just to answer Sefali ji, I mean, just to help her to
Yeah, sure.
get the Ikigai,
Right.
I had, I mean, I had been listening to many of the motivational speaker. One of the motivational speaker was Sandeep Maheshwari. What
Yes.
he told, that if you have multiple, I mean, say you have a to-do list, that okay, this all things you have to do it, and it's your passion, and you are unable to find out what is the best things you have to do, or you are unable to find the permutation and combination, and then what do? You have to find out the reason why you wanted to pursue the something. So one reason should be there, which should be connected with that purpose. Then only you can find out that which option is better, or which one you have to go forward. Maybe maybe there may be exercise you have to do. You have to find out the positive and negative of all the options,
Right.
and then you have to select one of them from that.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you for adding to this.
Shama sir also would like to add to this question. Shama sir,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yes, I am here. I will add. Good evening to all of you.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yeah, see, from what I understand is fundamentally Ikigai is about being happy, and the basis through which this has come is living a long life, having healthy exercise practices, and doing small things on a daily basis and living for a long time. This is the basis of Ikigai, which we are now applying for finding purpose of life. And Ikigai book quotes from Viktor Frankl very extensively the spiritual part of it. When we take a fundamentally spiritual input, that being happy and finding our purpose in small things and living a long and healthy life, we are applying it to now success. And here what I am trying to say is we have to apply the theory of Dabrowski's positive disintegration. That is, this group is a CAS group who are all coming under the talented population. This is not a normal group. Among CAs, what has happened now is we are comparing ourselves with different people. If you look at our website, successful CAs, Kumar Mangalam Birla, Hiranandani, and people of that level, Piyush Goyal, Suresh Kumar, these kind of people are mentioned as successful CAs. So our role model of success is very, very high, very, very high. So this is disturbing people, that we have to get a earth-shattering idea and achieve something of a global scale if I have to consider myself as successful. Till then, I have not found my purpose of life or Ikigai. This is where we have to apply the psychology applicable to talented people. What happens for talented people is, first, there will be utter confusion, and they will go in all the ways, and sometimes it will also go to the method of self-destructive habits and total confusion. What Dabrowski calls this as overexcitability, where we get overexcited about various things, and also our actions are not coordinated at that stage of development. And after we develop values and some sort of stability is built in, then world-class work will come in some area. It has to come through self-discovery. And till then, people will keep searching. And all talented people will finally produce the result. When it will happen, nobody can say. And self-discovery based on values, which is fueled by the talent, will make people to find the purpose. And that is what I wanted to say. Apply the law applicable to talented people to your discoveries, and fantastic work will come. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir.
It was an enriching experience listening to you, sir. So technically and lucidly you have explained the process and the differentiating between successful people like those who are global leaders and talented people. And I really agree to what you said that you have to actually go on and keep discovering until you find the ultimate thing that keeps you satisfied and happy. Okay, so any more questions, anyone, if you would like to ask? Mr. Prasad, you had some question. Would you like to speak something or?
Sir, it's really a wonderful session. And yes, definitely, I had understood what one has to do to find his Ikigai. And thanks to Kalpana madam also that in the beginning, it's a wonderful poem she has spoken. Thank you, sir, both of you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Sunita ji, would you like to add anything to conclude this or anything from your side? You are also like quite experienced, so
Thank you, Alok, for giving me the opportunity. But I am in Shefali's shoes right now, right? So I have
okay.
quite a few, not exactly in Shefali's shoes, first to say that I know where I need to go, right? So I have chosen my path. I have done the process of self-discovery and self-awareness, but I cannot stand right next to you or Kalpana saying that I've achieved my, I've conquered that woe of living my Ikigai. So the process for me is on a continuous spiral.
Okay.
And but I do agree with everything that you have said, that I have to take the action unless and until I am courageous enough to choose a path and put everything in it, so I have to give it time. I have to be persistent and persevere and walk that path to the ultimate limit. And once I have, so this is there, I could, and I can make mistakes also, and I should be open to that, right? So feedback, failures, and that is the, we see so many successful people, and if you really look into their lives, they'll always tell you that it is the feedbacks and the failures that have made them, right? So the iceberg theory, if you go by that strategy, that you just see the tip. Everyone sees the successful tip. They don't see the effort that has been put into reaching that stage, right? So every successful person has gone through that stage of failures and defeats and feedbacks, which is the new form of what we say. So I have to go through that process myself, and once I reach a stage wherein I think that yes, this is what makes me, that is my Ikigai. But I will have to, take that step, take the action, and take it through. Not just, in midway, I say that, oh, this is not working for me, so let me change course. So then that is not going to help me. So I have to take that thing. So where I am is I am trying the things. What Kalpana did the last year, this is my year of trying things and, checking the boxes. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. And yes, this has been a great session, and it just made me realize and just take back, all those things that have been going through my mind, that yes, I'm on the right path and I will find my Ikigai. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, great.
Alok sir, one thing I would like to share, as
Sure.
this session is a kind of a man ki baat, dil ki baat for us. And just now, as Shama sir is here, Shama sir, you are here. If you can come on the video, something I would like to share. A year back, I have taken a session, train the trainer session from Skillmark Training Private Limited.
Go ahead.
And this I have not told you till now. At the end part of the session, he used to take session on Wednesday and Saturday. It was a certification program conducted by Shama sir under his venture. And I've asked on the last day the same question that I've asked to Alok sir, to Samir, and few more people, that sir, this training and coaching and public speaking, something I find like I'm enjoying it more than my practice, which is my bread and butter for right now. And I want to do it for full time. And Shama sir is the kind of a person, seedhi baat, no bakwas, no sugar coated thing. He answered that query 10 to 15 minutes, and he mentioned that the intricacies and the formulation which work for this industry, the way you are thinking, it is not there. So it was not that kind of an answer I was looking at. If Narendra Saxena sir would have been here, he would able to relate that I've actually discussed this with Narendra sir, that what the actual, that there is a what system, how to get work in the market, in the corporate one-on-one session, and how that whole process sir has actually explained me. And why I'm mentioning this, that even though knowing the fact as mentioned by someone experienced like Shama sir in the industry, being in practice, being in training, from where I have started sharing my experience, I've mentioned that to my husband also, and Shama sir will, I don't know what he'll say after the session. He said that you should see now from where you get the motivation. You should. So this is the first time he is knowing, and this is the, I think this is the time, that's what it is not shared to him. And I'm glad that in that last 1 year, and that's what I'm telling him every time. 2 days back also, I've told him that, sir, I'll make you proud of myself one day. And that's what Shifali, Sunita, and to all of you, I'm telling कि yes, पता है ये राह मुश्किल है, but I want to try it.
No,
And that's what, and Shama sir will be able to add to it exactly what I'm trying to say, because शिष्य से अच्छा गुरु बता सकते हैं what I'm
no, no,
trying
no,
to
no.
say.
No, nothing. See, this public speaking and motivation and training and all, this is not for making big money, but it is a transformation. See, even today's session adds to the transformation. The more exposure we get is always better. And that is how the purification happens. Basically, when you become a trainer or teacher or a public speaker, what has to happen is self-purification will happen. And that is the biggest asset you can get. And money may come, may not come. And but anyway, ultimately, the entire group benefits. That is how a group dynamic works. And everybody has to benefit. We have to get new ideas. We have to get new thinking. And I think that is the biggest benefit of any academic activity, going beyond what we are at a particular moment. Before the session, my mind was in one stage. Now it is in a different stage. This is a 1 hour well spent. In 24 hours, 1 hour well spent is a great asset. And that's all I will add.
I would like to add one thing. Just 2 minutes I would take.
Yeah,
Can
please.
I?
Yeah,
Sure,
please.
sure.
Yeah. So one thing I would really appreciate, as Alok sir also know that, I am looking out for newer opportunities. Maybe Kalpana is also aware. So I was having that one thing in my mind that, everyone is successful in their life. And it is only me who is sitting back and looking out for opportunities in my house. But one thing I learned, and I really appreciate all of you to share your struggle period, or the fact that you were also struggling at one point of time, is giving me a big ray of hope that I am not the one person alone in this boat. There are many who have already sailed in this boat, and they can show me path, or they can guide me for me to come out of my struggles. and that itself is so motivating that indirectly it helped me to find my ikigai. That is what I would like to say. And much gratitude and thanks, Kalpana and Alok ji, for conducting this session and guiding me. Thank you so much.
Shefali ji, I would like to add one thing that everyone is facing their own struggle. Even we cannot define success and failure. Okay, it's a very personal thing, and I still believe that whatever I'm doing, I'm happy about it. But at times there are days when I'm not doing anything. I'm not having training. I'm sitting at home. So that doesn't mean that that we as a person, we as a trainer or whatever, as a chartered accountant, there is a everyone who is successful is living a stress free life or a struggle free life. It is nowhere. It doesn't exist anywhere in the world. So what I would like to say is that everyone has their own challenges. ठीक है, तो वो एक हिंदी की कहावत है ना, कल्पना ने काफी सारी कविताएं और ये मुखौटे सुना दिए, मुझे तो इतने याद भी नहीं आ रहे हैं आज.
She's
She has
having
become
all
very
that
much
sharpened.
into
She's
it.
very much sharpened on that part.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
see,
one more thing, Alok
this is
sir,
what sorry to interrupt you. This is what practice does to you. इसलिए वो प्रैक्टिस
correct,
प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस बोलती रहती है. ये रोज
correct.
सेशन लेने का कमाल दिख रहा है. ठीक है, I am taking sessions on Excel, I am taking session on Power BI on these technical aspect. तो मेरे दिमाग में वो टेक्निकली चलता रहता है. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, व्हेन इट कम्स टू क्रिएटिंग एन इम्पैक्ट, यू हैव टू बी रेगुलर एट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग.
Correct,
तो जब तक आप वो आप शिद्दत से, पूरे मेहनत से, पूरे उससे नहीं करोगे ना, तो इट विल नॉट रिफ्लेक्ट इन योर,
correct,
है ना. एंड वही हम ये मैसेज सबको देना चाहते थे कि दिस इज व्हाट योर इकिगाई इज. मतलब जो चीज आप बिना कुछ सोचे समझे, बिना टाइम देके, अभी ये 10 बजे खत्म होना था, 10:26 हो रहा है और हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, उसी उसी मोटिवेशन से बात कर रहे हैं. माय वाइफ इज वेटिंग फॉर मी कि कब खत्म होगा सेशन, मे बी शी इज ऑल्सो देयर. सो आई वुड लाइक अंकिता टू ऑल्सो ऐड टू इट, क्योंकि शी इज द वन हु हैज सीन and being a part of my journey. So definitely we will take her this thing also. Ankita, if you are there and if you are awake, can you just add something to what we all are discussing?
Alok sir, एक participant है Kshitija. She is writing something in the chat box. If you
Okay,
can, हाँ.
okay, fine. So she has written, I'll just read out for everyone. Right. I paid 1,000 of rupees to understand my Ikigai and realized that they can only support us just to move ahead. But I myself have to make experiment with myself to find the one. Can Ikigai only be one in lifetime? That's my question. No, never. It can never be one. So you can have many Ikigais. That is what I'm telling you. That is what Sunita was saying. That is what Kalpana is saying. I don't have one Ikigai in my life, and there cannot be any one Ikigai. The one ikigai which everyone can have life is to be happy. That is the only one ikigai you can have in your life. And happiness can come in any form. Happiness,
इसके
as
लिए जो श्यामा सर ने बोला ना,
श्यामा सर ने
Alok
जो
sir,
अभी कहा, वही मैं बोल रहा
हाँ,
हूँ कि वो 24 घंटे में से अगर 1 घंटे वो सेशन में आके सबसे इंटरेक्ट कर लिए, वो उनका दिन बन गया. तो दैट इज हैप्पी,
नहीं,
दैट इज हिज इकिगाई.
उन्होंने उन्होंने उसके पहले बोला, जो पहले बोला ना, इसके पहले जो एक लास्ट लाइन बोला कि डिस्कवरिंग योर सेल्फ बाय हेल्पिंग आउट अदर्स एंड और एक कुछ वो लास्ट सेंटेंस जो बोला ना, वाज रियली स्ट्राइकिंग, लाइक यू नो, कि आप मतलब दूसरों की खुशी के लिए कुछ
You
करो,
find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of others.
ऐसा कुछ,
Can I
हाँ.
come in?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
Yes,
come in?
please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I never said it is for दूसरों के हैप्पीनेस के लिए. ये दूसरों को हैप्पीनेस आपको पसंद है तो वो कीजिए, आपका हैप्पीनेस पसंद है तो वो कीजिए. Ikigai is also based on Zen spirituality.
हाँ,
If
बस
I
सर वही
just
वही
if I am happy bringing water from the stream, And if I am happy chopping the wood, if I am happy doing 10 minutes exercise in the morning and evening, if I am happy with my slow paced life, that is okay for me. I have my Ikigai. That is it. See, the setup is Okinawa village. It's not a big city. And
Right.
when we apply it to our professional success, then we have to introduce the subject of attaching ourselves to a greater cause. That philosophy in Ikigai book comes from Viktor Frankl. When we live life for a cause which is bigger than an individual, then I will get a total motivation. Not
Yes.
necessary, not necessary. See, all that has to happen is our talent has to find an expression. Somebody who is a sculptor will make a sculpture. Somebody who is a musician will do best quality music. Somebody who is a good teacher will do the teaching, and they will find fulfillment. So whatever we find our fulfillment using our talents, that will give us no time to worry, no time to think. We will enjoy, immerse. And to that, if you apply a little bit balance of life, the Ikigai is found. The first fundamental thing is we do not have to make too much effort to find out anything.
Right.
That is the final line. Thank you.
आलोक सर, आपकी वाइफ अगर वो प्रेजेंट है और कुछ ऐड करना चाहे तो.
I'm just asking her because my son is also like he must have slept, so maybe we need to check.
Till the time Alok sir get connected to her,
Right.
I would like to add where Shama sir has ended. Most of the time it happens that we fall into the trap of, as Alok sir has started, making that khayali pulao. And this is, I'm coming from my own experience. When we don't take action of what we want to do, as per the very famous book, that The Magic of Thinking Big, inaction is the result of fear. If you will not take action, after attending this session, you think for one more day, whatever we have discussed for now, everything will pass away and you'll be back to yourself what you have been at 9 p.m. today. सोच रहे हैं हम हमें क्या करना है. Break that thinking pattern and fall into the category of taking action. And बहुत अभी है ना, मुझे भी लग रहा था ये कल्पना जो खुद को ना, there in my vision board, I want to write my book. Coming to the question of Kshitiz, इस कल्पना को ना कविता भी लिखनी है, कवियत्री भी बननी है. मुट्ठी भर नहीं, मुझे पूरा आसमान चाहिए. मुझे किताब भी लिखना है. बट अर्जुन की आंख ना, अर्जुन का तीर है ना, एक बार में एक मछली के आंख तक ही जा सकता है. तो इस 24 घंटे में ना कल्पना को एक पहला फोकस पॉइंट डिसाइड करना ही पड़ेगा, या शेफाली को, या सुनीता को, या XYZ किसी को. फर्स्ट कहां पे शूट करना है, दैट डिसीजन वी हैव टू टेक, एंड देन वी हैव टू प्रोसीड फर्दर. ना सारे डायरेक्शन में कैसे आप शूट करोगे, एंड हाउ यू विल बी एबल टू हिट टू द टारगेट. तो उस पहाड़ को से छोटा छोटा वो दशरथ मांझी ने जैसे तोड़ा ना, वैसे हमारे वो जो इकिगाई के जो हमको लगता है बहुत बड़ा पहाड़ है, कहां से शुरू करूं, कहां से शुरू करूं, सबसे पहले जो पत्थर नजर आ रहा है, जो इकिगाई, जो लग रहा है कि yes, this is something I'll enjoy, pick that one and start from there. Start from now itself. And because that's what I'm telling you, this Kalpana who took yesterday, I've shared this, कि ना ये बोलना क्या है मेरे अंदर, दुनिया को जाहिर करना, ये मेरे में ना बचपन से ही था, 10-11 साल की एज तक ही. And how much time I took, and now what I am getting by picking that one pathar and walking on it. And I want all of you to choose that one thing. one step at a time. पहले first step तो लीजिए, and universe will come to your rescue. You will get to know next क्या लेना है. अभी at this stage we are not able to see what the target is. Either me, Alok sir, we don't know what will be our next step, but we are taking, वो कहते हैं ना sir, in starting my YouTube journey, that quote of his, your first video will not be good and all that quote, but to make to that 100, that first one is necessary.
Correct.
तो पहला तो कुछ शुरुआत तो हो, बात तो बहुत हो रही है, बहुत सालों से, बहुत दिनों से, बहुत महीनों से हो रही है. एक साल पहले जब ये सेशन हो रहा था, 6-7 पार्टिसिपेंट थे, आज एक कल्पना है. हर एक महीने में, अब हम लोग 20, हमने शुरुआत 25-26 से करी थी. वी वुड लव टू सी दिस टाइप ऑफ सेशन in every next month from now.
Correct.
That's what we are looking for. This is not something we are doing for our some personal interest, but what we have realized, क्या हमें मिला है, वही राम रतन धन जो हमने पाया है, जो हम enjoy कर रहे हैं, that's what we want to share with all of you guys. Coming back to Alok sir.
No, I just want to add, दशरथ मांझी की बात कही थी, तो I was taking a session today of students at Kishangarh. It was a CA student session, MCS, and I told them कि उस मूवी में एक बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग था which is there in my heart, and he says that भगवान के भरोसे मत बैठो, क्या पता वो तुम्हारे भरोसे बैठा हो.
Yes.
So what we do is we always keep on thinking and waiting for the right moment, waiting for that right opportunity. कब आएगा, कब करूंगा, कैसे होगा, ये करूँ वो करूँ. इतना सब कुछ हम वक्त जाया कर देते हैं ये सब सोचने में, और फिर भगवान के ऊपर तरह देखते हैं कि यार उसकी रहम होगी, उसका कर्म होगा तब होगा. वो तो खुद ही बोल रहा है कि तुम कुछ करोगे तो होगा. और माय अंकल, आई आई ऑलवेज लर्न फ्रॉम पीपल, वो बोलते हैं कि बात करने से बात बनती है, तुम बात तो करो. तो व्हेन यू टॉक टू योरसेल्फ, सेल्फ टॉक क्या है, यही तो है. कि आप अपने आप से बात करिए, अपने बारे, अपने इंट्रो इंस्पेक्शन करिए, एंड देन यू विल गेट ऑल द आंसर्स लाइज विद इन. शिफाली जी, सारा कुछ जो है आपके अंदर ही है. आपको खुद के अंदर झांकना है और ढूंढना है, और आपने तो किया है. यू यू हैव डन दिस इन द पास्ट. So if you have done this in the past, you can do it now also. This is what I would like to say and conclude.
Yes, very much. नहीं, but it was very good interactive session. वो बात करके ही बहुत अच्छा लगा. Frankly speaking.
जी.
मतलब क्या होता है, एक ओपन हार्ट से, ओपन माइंड से जो
करने से ही काम होता है.
सेम लेवल.
बात तो करो.
No, it was really interactive and good session. Really enjoyed.
So
Thank
here when it comes to interactive session, ये मैंने बहुत सारे सेशन में सुना है, और ये मेरी नोटिंग है कि if the action will not be taken by all of you, what discussion we are doing, it will only become entertainment.
बात तो करो.
Pinaki, you want to add something? We can come again to you.
हाँ, मैं बस ये रिमाइंडर देना चाहता था. आलोक ने मुझे बोला था कि अगर 10:30 बज जाएगा तो 80 रुपीज मिलेगा. 10:30 बज चुका है, बस मैं ये रिमाइंडर देने के लिए बताया.
Right. Thank you. So we will conclude this. Ankita, are you there, and can you speak?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
So I was listening to all of you, and I think that I've learned a lot. मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा सेशन था. It was a very interactive session, and I think that finding Ikigai is really very difficult. इतना easy नहीं होता. हर जाना चाहता है अपना Ikigai find out करना, but it's a very long journey. So if I talk about myself, I am also a practicing chartered accountant, and I also love teaching student. I am also taking these OC and MCS batches for CA students. But what really makes me happy is my son. तो मुझसे कोई पूछता है कि इकिगाई क्या है, तो मैं ये कहती हूँ मैं कुछ भी कर रही होती हूँ, और अगर मेरे सामने मेरा बेटा आ जाता है, if he just give me a smile, so I am like that कि हाँ आज तो दिन बन गया. तो आप लोगों की मैं सारी प्रोफेशनल बातें सुन रही थी, सब आप यही कह रहे थे कि हम अपना इकिगाई फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं, तो मैं भी इसी जर्नी में हूँ। आई एम ऑल्सो फाइंडिंग माई इकिगाई, बट अभी मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि ठीक है, मेरा बेटा छोटा है और उसको खुश देख के मेरा दिन बन जाता है, तो दैट इज माई इकिगाई फॉर नाउ, एंड डेफिनेटली आई विल फर्दर ट्राई कि कुछ और भी मिले, क्योंकि एक से ज्यादा इकिगाई हो सकता है। और मैं हर अपने सेशन में एक बात सबको बोलती हूँ, गुरु और गोपाल दास, उन्होंने ये 4 लाइंस बोली है जो बच्चों को बहुत अट्रैक्ट करती है, इसलिए हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि जो हमको आता है, जो हमारे मन को भाता है, और जो दुनिया को चाहता है, अगर ये 3 मिल जाता है तो पैसा ही पैसा आता है, और इतना पैसा आता है कि संभाला नहीं जाता है। तो मतलब बच्चे इतने खुश हो जाते हैं कि वाह, मतलब ये हमारा इकिगाई है, इससे हमें सब कुछ मिल जाएगा। So it's just a way of looking at the things. But I really love this session. A very interactive session, a very insightful session. I have learned a lot. But I have not heard him also speaking on this topic for such a long time. So, matlab, not as a wife, but as a mentor, I was listening to his lesson. And Kalpana, आपका मैंने सुना, your personal experience, your way of speaking, your journey, everything was very good, matlab, very inspiring. Thanks a lot. Thanks. That's all from my side.
Pinaki.
हाँ, I'll just take 1 minute. See, actually, Ikigai ढूंढ के निकालना बहुत आसान है. Let me tell you why and how. See, अभी ये सेशन 10 बजे खत्म होना था, फिर भी हम लोग बैठे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, सोच रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं. Ask yourself what makes you do so. What is that one thing encouraging, motivating, and inspiring you to stay in the session even more? और इकिगाई का कितना पावर है उसका मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. As I was sharing that my ikigai is to empower and inspire people to live better lives in every possible way, no matter or whatever it takes. देखिए, मैं सीए नहीं हूँ, लेकिन आज आईसीएआई का जो बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज है उसका जो कोर कमिटी है, मैं आज उसका एक मेंबर हूँ. तो ये भी पॉसिबल है.
Right, it is a matter of pride for all of us.
So that's it from my side. Alok, you getting my point, right?
तो वही तो है ना कि
हाँ.
एक पत्थर तबीयत से उछाल के तो देखो, पूरा आसमान खुला है. So, yes.
I would like to add with one quote which I've mentioned in my sessions, and people are really correlate with it. True desire in your heart for anything good is God's proof sent to you beforehand that it's already yours. ये है आपका, आपको करना क्या है? You have to put in your efforts to make it yours. So बहुत सारी इच्छाएं हमारे मन में वो परमात्मा भेजता है. ये इंडिकेशन है कि उन्हीं में से कुछ है हमारे लिए. It is ours, but we have to put in our efforts. पहला कदम, चाहे कितना भी हो मुश्किल, पहला कदम जरूर.
Nice. So I think finally we can happily conclude this session.
Yes, इच्छा तो नहीं हो रही है.
इच्छा तो नहीं हो रही. लेकिन thank you all for joining in, and thank you for making this session enlightening one. And we really enjoyed taking this, and like whenever people join, energies are exchanged, and I always see some magic happening. और वो हमने पहले डिक्लेयर कर दिया था, पिनाकी had declared in the group itself of Kalpana कि magic is going to happen, and we can all see that. So thank you again for joining in. And definitely, it is just the beginning. It is not the end. It is the first session of this series. We are going to come up with many more sessions in every month, and we would like we have already created a group dedicated to Ikigai and discussion there. So the link is already shared. We will share it again, so you can be a part of this initiative that we had taken, and let's help each other in the language of Pinaki in encouraging, motivating, and inspiring in living a happy and prosperous life.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. Good
everyone.
night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Alok sir.
Thank you.
madam.
Thank you,
Thank
Kalpana.
you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kalpana.
everyone.